y'all ready for our next match this evening? Ladies and gentlemen, now making his way to the ring, our favorite nerd doctor, the founder of JB Enterprises, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Joseph Brock III.
Settle down. I know Bill Behrens is a nerd, but we're not sharing that word tonight. Don't call Bill Behrens a nerd. Now, tonight is a wonderful night for JB Enterprises because not only do we get to eliminate the 605's pathetic attempt at a tag team title match by eliminating Rick Michaels. You know, Rick Michaels is a buffoon. He actually agreed to wrestle my Japanese assassin, Tachi Mikuchi. So he's gonna be no more. But before that, we have a special match tonight. This is a going away party for a young man whose career has just begun. But because JB Enterprises is such an altruistic company or corporation, I have asked that the Director of Human Resources help this young man find a new job, because after tonight, there'll be no more Xander Ramon. So introducing now, he is the Director of Human Resources for JB Enterprises, Drew Blood.
You might not ever get rich, but let me tell you, it's better than digging a ditch. There ain't no telling who you might meet, a movie star, or maybe even a Indian chief at the car wash, working at the car wash, yeah. Come on and sing it with me, car wash. Sing it with the feeling now, car wash, yeah. Come some of the work gets kinda hard, and this ain't no place to be if you plan on being a star. Let me tell you, it's always cool, and the boss don't mind sometimes if you act the fool at the car wash. Whoa, 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 talking about the car wash, yeah. Come on, y'all, and sing it for me, car wash. Woo, woo, woo. Car wash, yeah. Work and work. Well, those cars never seem to stop coming. Work and work. Keep those bags and machines humming. Work and work. My fingers to the bone. Work. If I can't wait till it's time to go home. Hey, get your car washed today. Fill up and you don't have to pay. Come on and give us a play. Give a wash, right away, like a car wash. Talking about the car wash. Car wash, yeah. Come on, y'all, and sing it with me. Car wash. Sing it with feeling, y'all. Car wash, yeah.
I have spent the last 2 weeks. I have spent the last 2 weeks going all through the state, through the country, through the world, trying to find Xander Ramon a job. And I am sad to say that we were unsuccessful. due to his lack of personal, functional, and academic skills, and his diploma from, unfortunately, Loganville High School, Xander Ramon is essentially unemployable. But this is America. And that said, we're not going to go asking for a job. We're going to make one for ourselves. Bootstrap it. So I went to JB Enterprises board. I received a grant from the JB Enterprises Benevolence Fund. And I went out and bought Xander Ramon his first business starter kit. Thank you guys. I have bought him hoses, a shop vac, buckets, loofahs, soap, water, and I have paid for his advertisements. Xander Ramon has everything he needs to be successful. And if you would, just bring him on out. This is exciting. It's exciting when you see someone get a second chance at life. So let's bring him on out. Xander, I told you, man, I was going to look out for you.
And ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent this evening. Weight 252 pounds, the Peruvian Pitbull, Xander Ramon!
One life, one shot, give it all you got. Keep the flame alive. For the whole prize. Light in the darkness.
Hey, I think the shirt off is a good touch to your business. The girls make money with that. Good touch. Now, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, you're not legal. He doesn't have a license. You don't have a license. And if you look around, there's a great, big, beautiful wall. And if you're not legal out here, you go back behind the wall. So, referee, have you checked Papa Pitbull's license?
No,
No, you haven't checked it, or no, he doesn't have any?
doesn't have one.
So please do your job and eject the illegal management. I'm about the rules, Xander. I'm not scared. It's about the rules. It's about the laws. He needs to go back behind the wall. He's not legal. You got to go. Gracias. Hey. Buenos noches. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't you help your son out and pass the rest of these out to all the people? Thank you.
Guys, I think this is about to get interesting here. As the Peruvian pit dad heads to his seat here at ringside. And Xander Ramon's got that hose and he's taking it out on Drew Blood. Radar Martin was escorting Mr. Ramon back to the locker room area here, and Dr. Brock, oh my God, he's got the hose around the throat of Xander Ramon. Drew Blood is choking Xander Ramon out right now. Radar Martin coming into the ring. What are they doing? Dr. Brock has this little vacuum cleaner or something, and Drew Blood is pounding away at Xander Ramon right now. This matchup hasn't even started yet. Dr. Brock is plugging in a vacuum cleaner. Drew Blood being absolutely insulting to Xander Ramon's father. Ramon's head right off that second turnbuckle. Drew Blood has the vacuum cleaner. He turned it on? This is ridiculous. What is he doing? He has a vacuum cleaner here. Xander Ramon is down. He's got that vacuum cleaner hose. Drew Blood trying to do something to him, but Xander's fighting it off, and now he punches Drew Blood. Radar Martin has no idea what the hell's going on right now. Oh! Xander put it where the sun don't shine, and he clotheslines him. Dr. Brock at ringside. Xander's got that hose now. Listen to the crowd. Xander with a big shot right to the side of the head. Radar Martin. I don't even think this match is going to start now. That cheap vacuum cleaner there is broken. Xander Ramon punishing Drew Blood in the back with that hose. Xander stepping outside the ring now. He's got one of the flyers that Drew Blood had, and he's rolling it up in his hand. Head first off the ring post now is Drew Blood. Xander going to shove it down his throat, and that's exactly where it's going, right there. We still haven't had an official match start right now. Radar Martin's the only one in the ring now. And Xander and Drew Blood are going at it at ringside. Xander right there in front of the rest of his family there at ringside, front row. And a second one right in the mouth of Drew Blood as Dr. Brock is trying to corral his man. Xander's family comes out here to every show, and for his father to come out to ringside and be insulted like that, it's just ridiculous. And Xander is wearing out Drew Blood right now, and Drew Blood is in the ring. Radar Martin calling for the bell finally. We got it there. And this matchup is going to begin about 6 minutes after it started. Big European uppercut there. Drew Blood hit right into the corner there, and a big splash from Xander Ramon. Xander setting him up for a sidewalk slam, spine first onto the canvas, hooking the leg. Could this be all? Martin down with just a 2 count. You haven't seen what's happened the last 2 weeks on social media. I tell you what, Drew Blood has been absolutely relentless on Xander Ramon, making the insulting videos, trying to get him another job after wrestling is over with, that kind of thing. Dr. Brock's up on the apron. He's yelling at Radar Martin for something. And he's got Dr. Brock by that tie, and there's a clip-on. Xander pulls it off. I bet you Dr. Brock's had his throat choked quite a bit with his old ties. He just goes to the clip-on style, so when it happens, it's over with. Dr. Brock takes that tie right to the face now, and Drew Blood in the corner, but drops out of the way as Xander comes in face first off the top turnbuckle, and Drew Blood now is on the attack. Radar Martin asking him to open those fists up there, and a big shoulder block right to the midsection. Drew Blood there with that foot across the throat as well, at top of the chest. Blood with those educated fists right to the side of the head of the Peruvian Pit Bull, and he is down right in the middle of the ring. The tide has turned in the favor of Drew Blood. Drew Blood dropping that knee. And he's choking Xander Ramon over the second rope as Dr. Brock cheers on right in Xander's face. Oh, yeah, look at Dr. Brock. He's choking Xander right there in front of the fans. Gets his own bit of revenge as he goes over and taunts Xander's family at ringside. Drew Blood, the mat technician, is going to work. He's distracting Radar Martin. Dr. Brock went to slap him, and he caught him. Blood's in with a big splash right over the back. And Xander releases Dr. Brock. Dr. Brock was in some trouble right there. Drew Blood there trying to gather up Xander Ramon. Radar Martin dealing with Dr. Brock at ringside, and Xander's in the far corner. Drew Blood setting up there with some shoulder blocks. A punch to the midsection there for good measure. Xander Ramon's in some serious trouble right now as he heads into the near corner. Ramon being held up by the top rope there as Drew Blood gathers some steam in the corner. Little cockiness there for sure. He's heading in there in a big splash, and Xander ducks out of the way. Big kick right to the stomach. And a second one for good measure there, and Drew Blood's on the top rope groin first. Xander's, listen to this crowd. Xander's bouncing him on the top rope, and Blood is down. Xander distracted there for a moment, and Drew Blood with a cheap shot as Radar Martin looked the same way. Drew Blood gets some payback there for that shot to the groin on the top rope, and Xander Ramon is in trouble right now. Drew Blood, that slow and methodical attack there, has got the knee across the throat right now. Couple of Rogue fans here chanting for Drew Blood. Xander struggling to get to his feet right now, and Blood taking his time, letting Xander waste that energy. Big boot to the chest of Drew Blood as Blood comes in with a head of steam. Can Xander take advantage? And Blood cuts him off there with a knee to the midsection. Blood setting him up singling for the DDT, and that happens right after that. And this may be all for the Peruvian Pit Bull as Drew Blood covers. Arrogant cover, not hooking the leg, and he picks him up. Drew Blood heading to the corner, picking up that bucket. That car wash stuff is still in the corner there. Drew Blood setting that bucket right in the middle of the ring. I don't know what's going on. Is Blood going to pile drive him onto the bucket? This is ridiculous. He's not picking him up. No way. Yeah, Xander's blocking it. Look at the power. Xander pushes him off. Backdrop there, and Xander Ramon is alive once again. He's got that car wash bucket, and Drew Blood is trying to get to his feet. Xander puts that bucket over his head. Head first into the top turnbuckle there, and Drew Blood is in a bad place right now. Ramon's taking him all around the arena, second turnbuckle. Going for the third, and we're going round trip. That fourth turnbuckle there, and the bucket is off. Xander's enjoying this. He's putting that bucket right back on top of his head. Oh, Xander trash talking right there. He's measuring him up. Xander going for the big boot right to the face. Drew Blood is out. Xander is measuring him. Going to pick up Drew Blood. Pitfall right in the middle of the ring. This is going to be it. That is all.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the match, the Peruvian Pitbull, Xander Ramon!
It wraps its hands around your throat. A constant battle. A solid war, mind and soul. One bite, one shot. Give it all you got. Keep the flame alive.
Hey, Dad. Remember when I was younger and I used to talk a lot of bad things? Wasn't there something that you did to me, to my mouth in particular, that when I had a dirty mouth, you had to clean it, right? You had to wash my mouth, right? Who wants to see us watch Drew Blood's mouth right now?
Xander has that bucket out and putting some soap in, and Drew Blood is going to get his mouth washed out with soap. Xander's got that wash mitt, and Papa Ramon's got him tied up. Listen to this crowd. Drew Blood gets his mouth washed out with soap now, and Xander Ramon standing tall.